Who we are, your angelic guardians, are doing everything that we possibly can to maintain the higher vibrational resonance within your own being. And maintaining that is allowing you to receive, allowing you to unfold all the things that you've requested. The consciousness never stops working. You can rest the body, of course, but the consciousness is always at work. You're always healing. Rest. It's just that your proactive participation and being still and recognizing the nature of that expanded sense of being is assisting you in doing that work just that much more efficiently. But here's what I want to speak on and allow it to be known. I need you to process this. Those with difficult paths have chosen to have these intense experiences in their physical incarnations. And sometimes it may seem as if, why? Like, this is so unfair. And this person's experience just seems to just flow along, and they have access to all the things that they need. And I mean, there's distortion in the idea of comparison. It's just, here's what's necessary to recognize. These are opportunities to expand, beloved. In what way am I expanding through these difficulties, through this stuff jumping off? Like, why is this so helpful for me? Why is this the blessing? Well, your abilities, your strength, your fire. Yeah. There's a certain level of fire that is only conjured through incomprehensible experiences that are controlled. That everything that happens in your experience is selected and designed specifically for you, with several tiers of oversight of the unfoldment of those experiences. Now, regardless of what's being placed before you, there's always a way forward. But of course, the way forward is only accessed through your ability to maintain your balance, to observe the situation from a place of peace. It's important for us to recognize this and see the layers in all this. As you increase your desire to see what it is that you intend to unfold, the capacity of your willpower expands as well. Now, I'm going to say that again because I need us to recognize the significance of that. These opportunities, the things that are unfolding in your life calls upon a certain level of fire within you that can only be recognized, experienced, and conjured through those experiences. It's alchemy. Life is presenting you with the opportunity to go inside. Because a lot of times when things present themselves that seem very insurmountable, after the initial shock and maybe healing or crying or whatever release of energy that's necessary for us to process and recognize what's happening and accept responsibility for the situation, whatever's necessary prior to that has to take place. At that point, allows you to turn inward, gather the strength, and show up. That it increases your capacity and the nature, the strength of your own willpower. That this is a choice that you made. Choice to select these experiences in your life, to call upon and force you to go within, to conjure the capacity to rise to the occasion and face that particular situation. You knew you had the capacity to rise to the occasion. Now, we know what leaders are known for. Leaders, at the core of their essence, leaders are souls that are willing to solve problems, to remain present, work through difficulty. And they've done that so much that anytime something is presented, they recognize that there's nothing that's so insurmountable that they're not willing and open to do the work, to show up. And because of that, souls around you trust you. A leader is a soul that's willing and able to solve problems. But once again, there's always a way forward. So solving the problem has its foundation in the individual's ability and willingness just to show up. Just to show up, beloved. Everything that you need to do to release the energy and heal. But when you come home, and when I say come home, I'm talking about returning to your heart and being present with the circumstance or situation or whatever's before you, knowing that you have the capability and the resources to take care of whatever is before you as a creator. It's there for you. It's an opportunity to expand your capacity to light the fire even more. You're calling on yourself through these situations. What you got to do to get big? You got to lift weights, beloved. Every time there's a problem you face, understand that's a new plate. We add more plates each and every time. And everyone that we've been able to face and recognize and observe as a reflection of our own glory, our ability to show up is just... It ain't taking nothing but courage to get here. You don't get here through skipping and doing hula hoop and blowing bubbles everywhere. You get here through taking responsibility, through showing up, through facing adversity, through respecting peace. That's how you get here. Ain't no followers in here at all. Every one of you here have used your own free will in your heart to trust what's being placed in front of you, and you've connected with that which resonated with you internally. No one told you that that's what you needed to do or that's what you were supposed to do. You did it because you wanted to do it. Once again, there's nothing but leaders in here. A lot of souls, they're forced through difficulty. They're forced through upheavals to willfully go inside. I'm not picking on any religious springboard. However, this is something that's common with the Christian community. Within that sphere, souls choose to pray when there's a problem. And once again, when you're there and you actually choose to pray, because the words, the mouth will say beautiful things and thank God and gratitude and all this other kind of stuff, but the vibration of the individual is fear. It's the vibration of protecting or resistance to what they don't want to happen. Can you see how that would cancel itself out? Usually prayer is considered as a petition of some sort, a request, a communication to the divine about what they want to happen, what they desire to happen, what the individual hopes is not going to happen or wishes. It's just that all of those affirmations, these intentions, they're clothed in the vibration of that which they don't want. So go even further. The angelic realms and all the assistance that you have from the spiritual hierarchy in its totality, all the way up to the manifestation of Prime Creator itself. It's beyond space and time, and everything that you intend, everything that you could ever wish for, everything that you could ever want is already been taken care of. It's already recognized. Why? Well, because that spectrum exists beyond the idea of space and time. You're living out a story that's already kind of been created. It's a reality that already exists. Now, in observing that, you also have to recognize that everything that you would intend to ask for or petition within a state of prayer, it's already taking place. Yes, communicating the intention is a beautiful thing. Of course, it's useful. It's just that the more aligned way of going about doing that is recognizing that all of these things, all of this stuff, all of the intentions, all the resources, all of the connections and the things that you hope for, wish for, desire, or project in communicating with the unseen, recognize that that stuff is already being done. So what would be the action, or what would be the proactive part, or at least the conscious proactive portion of the projection that would be the most evolved, or at least the most conscious? gratitude. It's already happening, beloved. Gratitude. You're expressing gratitude to those that are serving you already and taking care of the things that you want and attempting to unfold these blessings for you. But of course, you have to be in a high enough vibration to actually receive it and let go of the fear. Let go of the fear of the things that you don't want, which is actually creating the things that you don't want, and embrace the gratitude, the higher vibrations that are actually allowing them. The core purpose of a prayer is to express the gratitude for the things that are already taking place, the support that you're already receiving. They're already helping you. There's no need to stop and say, okay, please make sure that it's already being done. So in recognizing that, understand that your angelic guardians, they exist beyond space and time, beloved. Everything that you could ever want or wish for, ask for, and the things that are before you, and all these perceived dangers and things that we fear or we're attempting to watch out for, and so on and so forth. Recognize that all the timelines are already observed. It's your ability to remain outside of that fear. And if you have fear, embrace it, but always minimize the amount of energy that you invest into it and come home. Just come home to peace. You ain't got to be happy all the time or sad all the time. It's just about always continuing to return home, to return to peace. That's who you are. That's your neutral space. That's eternity. You are eternal. Everything else is temporary. All the emotions and feelings and things that are being expressed, all temporary. You are the creator. You are eternal. The absolute truth is peace. That's who you are. Like, oh, well, God is a girl, God is a dude, or God from this place and that place. Peace. That's God. That's you. Peace. Beyond all the talking and debating and this side and that side and infighting and so. Peace. Relax. As the leaders, we're here to do a little teeny bit more work. As the leaders, we're here to do a little more work because that's our expertise. Rapid spiritual weight loss. We get it done. We know what we're here to do. It only required a certain mechanism of us recognizing our own strength to start to make these moves and make these decisions. We know how to heal, and we do it expeditiously. So yeah, sometimes it will seem like you experience more difficulty than the average Joe. It's not the easy ones. It's the advanced courses. Now listen, when you accept that, when things present themselves, you know exactly what to do. However, when you don't, you feel victimized. You feel incapable. In other words, you feel depressed. And perhaps even suicidal. The more humble you are, the more wisdom you have the capacity to embrace, to unfold, to cultivate. The difference between the student and the master, the only difference is what? The master knows that they're a student. Every day a student. Get up out of bed taking notes, paying attention, because infinite intelligence is always showing me more. As we maintain and cultivate this approach, the cycles of the things that we've experienced so many times will start to discontinue themselves. Investing more energy inside than you're doing outside. We're cultivating the cause and not continuously entertaining the effects. This is the stuff, beloved, your ability to feel. This is the stuff. This is what you will create with. This is the power that goes into your visualizations that are responsible for your manifestations. You're beyond deserving it. It's yours. It's more so about your ability to recognize that you deserve it. It's yours already. Your capacity to recognize that. And that's all based on your own level of self-love. That's why we talk about judgment so much. The more you judge yourself, the more you block your level of self-love. Judgment is unattractive because it's the manifestation or the energetic representation of a lack of self-love. And it's all about you accepting yourself. That's where judgment comes from. Your lack of acceptance for yourself causes you to project. And your projections have a lot of foundation in your own filters. That's why it's so easy to find what's wrong. Oh, this wrong and that's wrong. Oh, this and oh, I thought your picture was nice, but you had this and I saw a booger in your nose and whoop, whoop, whoop. Damn. It could just, this is all judge, this is all self-hatred. It's easy to find something wrong. This is not an intellectual display to point out everything that's an error. An intellectual flex is finding everything that's beautiful about the image, about the person, about the situation. That's where intelligence is. That's where wisdom is reflective in your ability to find where things are going the right way. This is beauty. This is intelligence.